Tarboro Coffee Shop is here, and I'm with my guy, Ced Stokes. And by the way, we have my main man, Mr. Randy himself, decided to let me replace him today because he was a little busy. He told me to keep the show rolling. So that's what we're doing today at Coffee Talk. Ced Stokes is pretty much Tarboro's community ambassador. He's one of them, several others, but you know, it's his show, it's his day today, and we're gonna talk to him about his life in Tarboro. But outside of being a community ambassador, he's a guy who's a very busy man. So, you know, welcome to the show, Tarboro Coffee Talk, Ced.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Good to be here, good to be here.
So, by the way, before we start, you know, I got a iced latte, vanilla latte. I had to make sure I said it correctly. It might be vanilla white, I'm sorry, but either way, it's good. Raw thoughts. And what you got?
Chocolate mocha.
Chocolate mocha.
Chocolate
Your favorite,
mocha.
or you have any ones?
Favorite. Breakfast of Champions.
So that being said, so like tell us about you right now. I know that you work for the fire department, so like tell us how you got into that.
Well, my career, me starting in Tarboro, actually I was a barber. Back in 2000, from 2000 to 2012, I started off as a barber at Precision Styles barber shop. And from there, I went on to become a volunteer fireman in 2002. I got into a little bit of weightlifting at the time because, you know, firemen requires it. And the old town manager, Sam Noble, he saw that there was a position open. And he knew I was a volunteer, so he said, hey man, why don't you just go and apply for that opening job that we got coming. This in 2005, so applied for the job, got the job. Been a full-time fireman ever since 2005.
So have you had any adventurous things that happen as a fireman? Like jumping out of buildings and stuff like that?
Yeah, we train to do that kind of stuff. Now, I haven't actually done that during a call, thank God. But yeah, we train for the wildest, most imaginary thing you can see. And we got to be prepared for everything.
So what's the closest that you got to with that?
As far as?
Closest to almost jumping out of building.
Closest thing, well, I would say for me, the two biggest fires that I've had were the barracks back in, I think it was Valentine's Day 2016.
The day of love.
Yeah.
The day of love. Oof.
The barracks, the big house off of Albemarle Avenue.
Yeah.
Folks used to call it the mansion back in the day. That burned up. That was a big fire for me. And also Liberty Inn, the old hotels.
That was right there.
Across from Abrams.
Right.
They all burned up, and that was probably the biggest fire for me because we were out there all day, all night.
So I'm curious.
That was a big one.
So like with fires and stuff, do you guys like have to be in there in the heat? Do y'all go in there when the fire's burning?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know much about this stuff, so that's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, it ain't Chicago fire. it ain't a flame here. Yeah, we the real deal. You can lose a life at what we doing. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it.
So now, I mean, I've been interested in seeing the stuff that you're doing now. Now you have another side job that you do. Like, tell us about that.
Yeah, so that also stems from the fire department, my heroes. So how that became was back at the fire department, it's Fire Prevention Week. And you know all the guys at the fire department are macho men, in which I'm the most macho, by the way. But none of the guys want to play Sparky the dog. So I was like, it's for the kids, guys. I'll just play Sparky the dog. I started playing Sparky the dog. I was pretty good at it. So that was my go-to, Sparky the dog.
Okay.
Fast forward a few years later, I had a kid, right? And as you know what kids, you're going to a ton of birthday parties. Tons of birthday parties. Say that again. So we was at a birthday party, and there was a guy playing Spider-Man. And I'm just looking at this guy, and he was pretty much there just standing there taking pictures. He didn't interact with the kids. He didn't wrestle them. He didn't talk to them. He was just there taking money and taking pictures. So I said, man, I've been playing Sparky for 15 years.
And done more than that.
What if, and done way more than that. What if I try out Spider-Man? I mean, Spider-Man is a slim guy, you know, I ain't got a lot of, but I got enough, you know, stature. So I looked at a few things. I talked to my buddy Brad Perkins. Me and him looked at some stuff. And I took about $1,000 out of my bank account, and I got 4 really good characters. I think I started off with Spider-Man, Mickey Mouse, Marshall from Paw Patrol, and maybe PJ Masks. Those were like the 4 popular at the time, 2017 maybe. And I made 1 video, and in less than a month, it just took off.
Ooh.
I started getting messages on Facebook, phone calls, can you? And when I did it, I actually played the character. I didn't just come there and take pictures and take money. I played the character. Like, I would go in, like, I never let the kids see me walk in. The kids never see me walk in, and they never see me leave. Like, that's kind of some of the magic.
Right.
And I actually kind of stole some of that magic from Disney, but I don't want to bring them up because technically.
Disclosure.
Yeah, I don't own the character, so. But yeah, that's kind of how I looked at that, and I've been to a couple of theme parks, and I kind of saw how they maneuver with kids and how some characters can talk, and some characters have to be silent. So I kind of learned how to use my hands, gestures, things like that. I learned how to react to kids. Some kids you can be full force and they can take it. Some kids you gotta back off because they scared. You know, they don't react well to characters, especially some of the small ones. And you have some with special needs that you gotta have a good hand with too. You know, so that's pretty much how I did it. And I based my prices on thinking, well, everybody ain't gonna get to Orlando. You know, because Orlando, I've been about 4 or 5 times. Orlando will hurt you. So I made sure that my prices was gonna be so that kids could see me. You know, kids that ain't
had a chance to go to Disney World,
can't even go to the, man, I've been to some houses. I was like, I can't do this. I just do it for free. You know what I mean? Because you can see it. So that's how I did my prices, and I think I had a pretty good price range. You know, I go as far as Raleigh is about as far as I go out an hour. I think that's a good range. I don't really want to be 2 hours out. You know, I want to get back home decent time because I got a 6-year-old too that I want to come home and play with and do things with. So about an hour as far as I go. You
ain't had nobody try to take your equipment off or your wardrobe off, have you?
Oh yeah, I get kids now. Kids, yeah. I have quite a few kids. You know, they like to hug my head and take it off, and
so they know who you are when they take it off, or you don't give them a chance.
The babies don't mean to do it, but now you get them ones that's like 8 and 9 years old that's trying to be hard heads. There's somebody under there, and you know I know who that is. That's Mr. Ced, and I'm like, shh, come on, man. For the small kids, this ain't for you. For the small kids, let them do it. But yeah, most of them, they let me do my thing, and the parents love it. You know, a long time when we were coming up birthday parties, we didn't have characters.
Right.
You know, now,
you had to play a character without no wardrobe.
It was your daddy or your granddaddy. You knew who it was because of the shape of them. So I think that's a good thing that I've brought. Others have done it too. I think I excel with it pretty good, and it's a new thing for birthday parties. It ain't just cake, ice cream, a party, toys. You know, I get to give the parents an hour to he got this hour while they go run and clean up, put away toys, whatever. So I take that hour away from the parents, and it's worked out pretty good for me.
Man, that sounds great.
Yep.
Coming to a birthday party near you.
Oh yeah, birthday parties. I do businesses. I do nursing homes for free. I do schools for free. I always do those for free. I've done, what was I did? Ronald McDonald House in Greenville, Ronald McDonald House in Durham. I've done a few programs that I try to give back with it. So I'm not just one of those take money people. You know, I try to give back with mine. And just like right now, you know, other than Spider-Man, my second biggest guy has got to be Grinch.
The Grinch.
And he is
you busy, ain't you?
He is a 28 stops. He is about to be
28 stops.
The man.
Whoo!
The man.
Spider-Man, the Grinch. You got any other
It's
characters?
about 20 of them. I can't name all of them.
Oh, gotcha.
I had to look them up. Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. I got Mario, Buzz. That's a bunch. Sierra Robinson helps me play Elsa. So if you got any girls need a princess, Sierra Walker. You can find her on Facebook. She plays my Elsa. She also plays my Spider-Girl too. She has 2 characters, Spider-Girl and Elsa.
Man, pretty cool. So you got multiple characters.
It's about 20 altogether.
You got that's a closet for itself.
I try to cover the bases. Those are the ones that are most popular, and I think I'm about done buying characters.
You got your own clothes, your fireman clothes, and your character clothes.
Yeah, and then me, I'm a character myself. Anybody that knows Ced Stokes knows Ced is a character. I'm a character myself.
All right, so before we end the show, this Tarboro coffee shop is downtown. Like, what is something that you would like to see here downtown Tarboro?
Being that I'm a kids person, I would love to see something for kids. I take my son to Rocky Mount, Greenville to do bounce house things, arcade stuff, and we do have an arcade here in Tarboro now at the mall, but downtown would be like a great walking distance for it. Anything relatable with the kids is what I like to see. Kid activities. Don't know what it would be at the moment. I look at places like downtown Wilson, like how they're developing.
Oh, they're developing.
Yeah,
where?
they're developing.
Right.
I actually work with a guy, Mr. Jeffries, at a Powerplex Bounce House and Arcade in Wilson, and I do characters with him on Sundays. Yeah.
This is Jonathan Jeffries?
Yeah.
I interviewed him for Jeremy Jeffries. I interviewed him on Raw Mind Sports. That was back in 2019.
Yeah.
He had Power Plays.
So things like that is something I like to see. Anything kid related, because that's what I am. We have enough stuff catered around adults. I would like to see something catered around the kids.
Well, you heard it. Ced Stokes. Ced Stokes, not the characters, but Ced Stokes has spoken.
Character.
He wants more things for children here downtown Tarboro. With that being said, I appreciate you coming on Coffee Talk.
Sir.
Remember to like, share, subscribe, and it's a Google form that's out on Tarboro 2786 page. It's also out on the Tarboro Coffee House page. If you want to be a guest, although you got a waiting line right now, but still put in, and we'll try to get you in as soon as possible. And with that being said, Randy will be back, and Coffee Talk is out.